Hi, party people, it's me again. And here's my youngest little baby. Say hi. I'm doing a video this morning. I'm not sure exactly today what day it is. I'll figure it out when I put it, upload it. But I wanted to do another video just so that way for anyone who this maybe has been helpful for, they can continue to watch and see what I'm doing and get ideas for themselves of what to or not to do. So first of all, I want to say that my skin seems like it's clearing up a little bit, and it's hard to know exactly why. Twice since I've been home, I got home Saturday, and then on Sunday and Tuesday I went to the sauna. The one that they have here, though, is different than the one that they had in Sedona. In Sedona, it was an infrared sauna where the temperature doesn't get as hot because it's like supposed to be more of a penetrating heat. And I would stay in that one for 30 to 60 minutes when I started refeeding. So that was nice. But the one here is a conventional one, and so it goes up to like 170, 180. And I've been staying in that one I've been trying for like 45 minutes. And then both times afterwards, because they have showers there because it's at the gym, I would just go get right in the cold, like a lukewarm shower, to try to help with the lymphatic response. It's called like hydrotherapy, and some people might even call it like cryotherapy. Yeah, you can take him if you want. But I don't know. I think the sauna might be helping. Another thing, though, is that so I did start changing my diet. So I mentioned several days ago that I ate some chicken on the way home, but not just like any chicken. I ate mostly like really fatty chicken and a lot of like the skin and only a little bit of the meat. And so, I started doing that more. So I kept going with the chicken a little bit, but I kept like vegetables in my diet. But then, yeah, like basically I've just started to increase with each of my meals, like having like a little bit of protein and like a lot more fat. And, because I've been reading this book, The Metabolic Approach to Cancer by Dr. Nasha Winters. And I'd already bought and read Thomas Seyfried's, some book Thomas Seyfried has. It was very expensive. It's more like a textbook for school kind of thing, but it's like, it's like the Metabolism of Cancer or something by Thomas Seyfried. And I've been like just looking at all of that and thinking of all of that and knowing my own personal journey with polycystic ovarian syndrome. Like I do really well on like a low carb diet. And either way, I just felt called. Like I just felt like, oh, like this seems to make some sense to me. So, well, and it's not even really so much even about the low carbs, but what's interesting is that some other people with whom I spoke to that they also have cancers, is some people, they got tested for genetic mutations and things, and things where like if you're eating all these carrots and you're getting all this beta carotene, but if your body doesn't actually convert beta carotene to vitamin A in your body, then you have a problem, right? And most people don't get tested for stuff like this, and they don't know that they have problems until they start getting tested for everything under the sun, because they have cancer. So, but I kept kind of like hearing these things from these different people, and one thing that I understand very well, and I'm so grateful I have a degree in biochemistry, is that if you have a 100% grass-fed, grass-finished animal that was probably actually decently happy, that animal is going to have vitamin A in its fat storage, that's more readily available to us for digestion and assimilation. So it's interesting for me because I don't know. I used to not have breast cancer. I've been a vegan now for 3 or 4 years. Although I did eat some meat when I was pregnant with my second child, and I definitely still had some dairy products when I was pregnant with my first child. Oh, but I was eating, but during my second pregnancy, I was eating all this like tortured animal dairy for sure, and sugar all over the place, like just straight sugar all over the place. And who knows, maybe I was exposed to toxins, and maybe, you know, I'm not saying that like the diet gave me cancer, but I am saying that like it's very possible that I don't do well with like a higher carbohydrate diet. As well as I have read Grain Brain in the past, and so what I used to do like low carb wise, I just did this just very naturally to cure myself of PCOS. I did no grains, no legumes, no dairy, no alcohol, and no sugar, just like period. Like I seriously wouldn't even eat an apple because I was like, oh no, too much sugar. And it was great, and I actually felt better than I had in a long time. And then when they redid an ultrasound on my ovaries, they saw that there was no more cysts. So that just being said, I don't know exactly, you know, what the answer or solution is, but what I feel called to do right now is I'm going to, during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to eat regular meals, and I'm basically going to go, you know, with higher fat meat portions, you know, where I'm having a lot more fat and very little protein and greens and cruciferous vegetables and things in my diet. No nuts, no seeds, no nothing like that. Just high fat, you know, moderate protein, and still lots of like beneficial vegetables that are mostly low carb. And I'm going to do that Monday through Friday, and then I'm going to fast on the weekends, and just Saturday and Sunday just not eat, and only drink water. So I'm going to see how that goes for a little while. So I will say that, yeah, like my skin looks like it's clearing up some. It's really hard to see. This is I need to find my other camera. Since I got home, I haven't done a whole lot, but I need to find my other camera. You guys can maybe start to see that my face is not clear, but it's not getting worse. Like there's not like new stuff developing as well. So I've been eating meat since, what day was that? I want to say Friday. So today is Wednesday. So I've been eating meat now for 5 days. And I've gone to the sauna twice. But other than that, like I haven't done the hyperbaric oxygen therapy. You know, I haven't done like a lot of the therapies. I haven't even added any supplements into my diet at all whatsoever. Like nothing, like other than the fact that I drove home. So I'm not getting acupuncture. I'm not getting hyperbaric oxygen therapy. I'm definitely not getting any IVs. I added meat with a lot of fat. Like I literally went, like I almost feel ashamed to say this, but like I went, the very first time that I ate meat was I went and I bought the whole like chicken, like this whole like happy chicken from Whole Foods. And I ate the skin off the whole thing, and then I ate like maybe like a breast or a leg or something. I took it home and made stock out of it, and made soup out of it, and gave the meat to my family. But I ate the whole skin off the whole thing, and like ate just like, you know, enough out of like a thigh. What did I say before? A turkey? A thigh, you know, like, so that much meat, and then like the skin off the whole thing. And I did that 2 days in a row. And I brought him home, but yeah. So who really knows? Who knows what's going on and why? But that's where I'm at, and I'm so grateful to be home. Oh! I'm so glad I remember this. A couple of days before I left my wellness center. So I've been home for about 5 days now, and probably about 5 days before leaving the wellness center, one thing that I also just was like, you know what? Like, I think that something is wrong with my hormones, right? Who knows whatever. But I'm like, what's really good for your hormones also is, and just like tension and like all these things is being sexual. And so while I was in my last like 5 days of being at my at the wellness centers, I was sexual with myself, and sexually stimulated myself every day for the last couple of days. And then my husband and I have tried to be sexual for a few days since me being home. So, I mean, I think that that's great also. I don't know. That's changed as well. So, yeah, I just kind of have a bottom line to be like, you know what? Like, I need to be doing that, like, most days or whatever. I think I've maybe missed like a couple of days. Like, I think I've done like maybe 70% of the time or 75% of the time. But yeah, how wonderful that that could also be helping with my healing, and so I actually even have like some kind of like these like kind of mantras that I'm kind of going into when I'm in that receiving sexual energy space, about like sort of receiving God's love and God's healing. So maybe that's too much information, but that's part of my journey too. So anyways, thanks for being here. Please, not even as soon as this is over, just right now, just pause this and pray for me, and then I'll see you again soon. Thanks for checking in.